One of the dilemmas I've been facing lately, that has been on my mind quite a bit that I was writing about was, so I'm quite an impatient person. I think this is actually true for many overachievers. And in the face of the pandemic, I've been doing a few different like business pivots, and I love to be creative. I love to, so I've been doing a few different projects that I've been working on, but then, as you might know, and some of my followers know as well, I actually got a concussion.
Yeah, you mentioned that. And I think was this your baby? Like,
Yes. So my little guy, Zach, 19 months, my husband put him on me in the bed, and he went, and just like a catapult, went back right into my head. Actually, the back of his head, kind of like a slingshot, hit me right in the head, and it was really painful. And I ended up getting diagnosed with a concussion. The recovery was a lot more difficult than what I expected. And then anyone who's been following me kind of knows the journey that I've been on. It's been kind of up and down. And then a couple of months ago, he actually hit me again in the jaw. And so this whole experience for me was very tough, because as any overachiever, it's like you have goals, you have a schedule that you're on, and you have things that you need to accomplish. And in a split second, that changed for me, and all of a sudden I couldn't do any of the things. Somebody says they were worried when I didn't go to the hospital after a couple hours. I did get to the hospital, and I am fine. There's nothing seriously wrong. I had a great recovery, but the impatience that I felt in my recovery was really difficult. And that's something I've been reflecting on a lot. So for me, in the writing, I was really reflecting on why I felt so frustrated, and that I wanted to make more progress in what I was doing. But the question for me, what would joy do? Okay, well, there's a lot of different ways to take joy from this situation. And for me, taking joy from the situation is about saying, okay, wait a minute. You've been given an opportunity to take some downtime, to focus on yourself. And in that downtime, you can actually be a little bit more creative because you have some more flexibility, where you're not sitting in meetings for 8 hours a day, but rather, you can actually say no to some things now because you actually have a valid excuse for, which is true. You can't be looking at a screen. So if you're not looking at a screen, what else can you be doing? And so for me, that was really nice because in a weird way, it actually, the answer for me was, oh, this is really wonderful. I can focus more on the things. The joyful thing is to just treat it as a blessing. And so despite the fact that this happened a while ago, it's still been something on my mind because I'm still pushing myself to achieve more and more goals, and progress is something that I love to see. But the joyful way to think about that is that everything happens at the time that it's supposed to happen at. And being able to take solace in that for me has been an amazing kind of realization.